Why are you watching this video right now? Why aren't you at 5K Toys getting this figure? It's awesome. I need to check and I'll make sure. I believe you can have where you can still order at 5K Toys. If you can't, get the Cow Brothers they have. It's like a brown cow and a black cow. Same body, same principle. It's a big boy and they're fantastic. Now, I'm gonna go over the whole figure here and everything, but seriously, for 70 bucks, go ahead and say it. It's worth it. But let's go over some stuff and just like how he works and everything. So might as well start at the top. This guy has an amazing head sculpt. It is gnarly. It's fantastic. I know some people asked, is this hair attached? The hair is part of the back there. It has where it's also on the cows. I gotta look at the names because like he's called the Bighorn, but I think it's like what does it say on here? Uh, KETUTA, KETUTA, KETUTA. But man, XESRAY Studio kind of knocked out of the park with this guy. So he has like the beard, the cool horn. He has an articulated jaw that opens up pretty far, honestly. He has where it's like a double ball for his head. So you can get up like that, low like this, kind of look up, kind of left, kind of right. It really mimics how like a rhino kind of moves there. As much as I'd love, him to be able to go all the way to one side or the other, it's really one of those things where like if he's looking at someone straight on, it's from the side. Like this like down the barrel, it's it's a little like but like that look right there is very intimidating and I love that look. Going down even further, let me just take this out of his hand. I I don't want to talk too much about Hasbro, but I wish they would do something like this with a Hulk. He has the shoulder butterflies. From the back here, if you look at it, it has where it goes in with like all his lats and stuff like that. It's kind of fantastic, but this is like the normal, and then going forward, it has where it comes out some and it still keeps with like that sculpt and everything, which is wonderful. You can tell from the front where it's squeezing right there. It's a little bit of extra movement, but that goes from having this arm go like this to have where this arm can come across more. And then if go with the elbow there, you can get him to touch his chest. It's honestly that's a lot of movement for a big guy. Usually, it's like, hey, he has about like here, and it's like, oh, you can go this far and just a little bit out. But like with the shoulder butterflies, it adds to it. He has normal shoulders. This has where it's a little bit more pliable plastic here, so you can get it up almost to a T pose right there. He has where he has that spinning meat right there for his biceps. So that means this is connected to the arm right here. It pegs in there, and this is just a floating piece right there. But at the bottom there, at the elbow, he can go all the way around, and with that, he can twist with that. So that's that's how that arm works. As we go further down, when we get to down here, he has where his hands, kind of like McFarlane, kind of like a lot of like other import toys, it has that ball that has where you can just pull off the hand and swap it out. And he has fists. He has like that, reaching hand. But then with pulling off the hands, you could take off his armor there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that off, and I'm just gonna replace it with a fist, so you can kind of see. Actually, let's take a look at that ball on there real quick. So it literally is a ball on the edge there instead of just a peg, so it's a lot easier to work with the pop things on. I like that. I adore that. But then it's just, huge ball, moves around. It's wonderful. Go ahead and pop this one off too. Boom. Easy peasy. Dropped him. Put the fist back on there, because I'm going to work him down, and I'm going to start taking stuff off of him as I go. There we go. Boom. All right. Then he has where he has a ball at the top of his torso, and he does have where he can like get forward some. It's hard to tell with the waist, but you can get forward some like that. You can get back further. Again, it's big guy articulation, so you're only gonna get so much because like a big guy like this, he has a barrel for a body. But let's see if I can pull. Let's see if I can pull apart the torso from the waist here, and then take off this torso armor here. But this torso armor is savage. Basically, axes for a belt buckle. Just ram into somebody with that. It's pretty gnarly. I do like that. And just to take a quick look here, there is soft goods on there. It is a little bit coarse, but I mean like that works for like the combatants, the gladiators, so it makes sense. So all the way around, like that's fantastic. So I'm gonna pause for a second and see if I can pull him apart real quick. Okay, so I managed to pull him apart there. This is what's holding the ball right there, which is kind of fantastic. Instead of having to shove it into like the plastic right there, kind of like a Mythic Legions, it has where it's got I guess you'd be a connector that has where it has space. Well, it has giveaway kind of cut into it for it to like pop on a rather honestly a small ball there. So yeah, that's how that works. And then it has a soft goods on there, and they're very decent. And then we go on to the legs. Uh, Look at that ass. Dang, that's butt. But normal ball joints there. You see where it has where you can twist at the top of the hip. He has double knees, but it has where it's built like this. So it feels really smooth when you do it. It feels strong. It doesn't feel like I'm fighting it to move, but it feels sturdy when I move it. I really adore that. And the way it's sculpted for the knee, it has where like it goes up into it. So it'll still have that separation there, but for a lot of movement there, it kind of goes with it. So it keeps the sculpt. And I do like that. Now let's see how easy it is to remove the feet. Let me just try to twist this off right here. I might need to. Whoop. Lost my cup. Didn't spill it too much. Kinda. That'll sizzle over there. But I was able to pull it off. I didn't have to do like I did with the last combatant I had. Yeah, just use two hands. Don't have cups of stuff on your table, FYI. But then the wraps, the bottom down here, are removable too, I believe. Yep. And again, like last combatant I had where like pulling that off, there was like paint defects and stuff like that, and I really wasn't a fan of it. I was a fan of the female sculpt, but I wasn't a fan of like the issues with it. But that was easy to pull off, and now I can swap these out. Let's see here. Let's see, left, right. This is the right foot. Let me pull it over here. Do it off camera so I don't punch something. Lord. Okay, that's one foot in there. Get this other one on there. Aim the peg. And I did this without heating it up, and honestly, I probably should have, but I mean, like, it's not too difficult, honestly. Like, I've dealt with other things that have where it's more difficult, and then you got your crazy beast feet. I don't know if I like the beast feet so much. Like, let's see, I have to, like, you kind of want to do, like, a little bit like that digigrade look to it. Like that. Let's pop this back on there. Is that in? Nope. Give it the old push and squeeze here. That was a good pop. And holy crap. Dude's really ripped, just saying. It's kind of crazy how well sculpted this is. It's it's insane. I I don't know what I don't know what to compare it to, honestly. Maybe like Veteran William, in terms of just like it looks good, it feels good to play with, it feels sturdy. Uh, I can do some comparisons real quick. Let me find something. Maybe this will give you a better idea for size here. A Mythic Legion half giant, and then the NECA Prey Predator. It's it's a big lad. I this was a great purchase. Like I don't I don't feel any like remorse at all for buying it. Like he was worth it. This has sold me on XESRAY going forward. The combatant line in general, like that. I can't remember which female figure I had. I did a review on it. I had where I traded her off because I mean, it was a little bit of a pain to work with, and also like the paint defects from just the armor touching and rubbing. But this guy's awesome, and I want to get the Bovine Brothers or whatever it's called, um, whatever kind of crazy stuff they have coming forward, whatever kind of like off the wall things they do. That's the kind of things I like. I'm in for it. So if you can still get this guy, get him. If you missed him, I like right when the was it LA Comic Con had where it ended. They had where people were trying to sell him for like $140 a piece. He's a steal at 70. Just being a cheapskate like I am, I wouldn't pay more than like 80, maybe 90 for him if you really wanted him. But that's if you really wanted a red rhino. If you just like the body style, go for those Cow Brothers because the same figure, just not a rhino. Get it. It'll still have where it's fun, and it just has where it's got that weight and quality to it. The weight and quality is like, what is selling me on this? Get this guy. This has been Billy Beige. I'll see you in the next video.